So, coming on to the provisions of cost audit, which are recommended by the Companies Act 2013. Now, what is cost audit? Cost audit, I would say, is a monopoly. How? For CMA profession, there's only one thing which is exclusively reserved for CMAs, and that one thing is cost audit. And wherever there is monopoly, there has to be growth. So guys, for CMA profession to grow to its ultimate height, cost audit is one of the basic things that would definitely grow our profession to the next level. So now, before coming on to cost audit, let me ask you, what is audit? What do you mean by audit? So all students who are either in their CMA inter or in their CMA final would have faced this word audit. What is audit? Audit, according to me, is verification, is scrutiny, is checking of anything. So if I scrutinize my financial books, it would be termed as statutory audit. If I scrutinize my tax books, it would be tax audit. Similarly, excise audit, GST audit, operational audit, etc., etc., etc. So coming on to a personal level, do you think that if I ask you to let me inside your home, let me come to your home and get your entire home or at least your room audited by me? So I am coming to your home today evening, 6 o'clock, and I would like to audit your room. Probably your answer will be, yes sir, please do come. We don't have anything fishy in our room and we are more than happy to get our rooms audited. But generally, whenever a human is faced by some kind of checking, some kind of scrutiny, some kind of audit in his personal or professional life, there is bound to be resistance. No one likes to be checked. No one likes to be audited. No one likes someone else coming to their home, coming to their office and pointing out to their mistakes. No one likes it. No businessman likes it. So any audit which is there in a country, in a law, is useless without an underlying section, without an underlying law which can regulate that audit, which can mandate that audit. So now question arises, whether is there any law which regulates our cost audit? Is there any backing support, so to say a spinal cord, which will hold on to our audit and which will give authority to the cost accountants to audit any company which is required to get audit done? Yes, there are two sections which are pivotal, which are playing the important role of being the lifeline of cost audit profession and cost audit. Section number 1. Section 148, subsection 1 of the Companies Act 2013. According to this section, if central government thinks it fit, then it may, by an order, require such class of companies to prepare their cost records. That's it. But sir, this section doesn't talk about audit. Of course, it doesn't talk about audit, because for talking about audit, the primary condition is to prepare your cost records. So I first of all need a section which requires company to prepare cost records. And that section which mandates certain class of companies to prepare their cost records is section 148.1. So the first and foremost condition of getting cost audit done is to prepare cost records, and cost records are prepared under section 148.1 of the Companies Act 2013. So now question arises, which section deals with actual cost audit? It is section 148 subsection 2. Section 148 subsection 2 says that if central government is of an opinion that it is necessary so to do, then it may order audit of such companies as specified under subsection 1 of section 148. Sir, what is this linkage between section 148.1 and 148.2? Students, linkage is very clear. Linkage is that if you are required to get your cost records prepared, only then can you get your cost audit done. But obvious, if a company is not falling under subsection 1 of section 148, it will never be required to get its cost audit done under section 148 too. So section 148.2, which is the cost audit section, has two primary limbs. Limb number 1, central government should have an opinion that it is necessary so to do. So every company who's preparing its cost records is not required to get its cost audit done. It's only those companies which central government opines would be required to get their cost audit done. And most important requirement number 2, every company who is falling under subsection 1 are qualified to be tested for subsection 2. Because if a company is not required to get its cost records prepared under subsection 1, subsection 2 is not applicable to those companies, because a company which is not preparing its cost records is not required to get its cost audit done. So very simple. Two sections which are backing cost audit provisions, section 148.1, section 148.2. 148.1 deals with the cost records which are to be prepared for certain class of companies. Subsection 2, cost audit, which is required to be done if two limbs are satisfied. Limb number 1, central government should be of an opinion. Limb number 2, you should be falling under subsection 1 of section 148. So this is basics of cost audit. I hope you found these insights useful. Of course, for CMA Inter and CMA Final, both students have this chapter as in their syllabus.